back, and guess what? I'm doing an update on time today. Okay, so it's going to be really quick. I am doing my pregnancy update for weeks 26, 27, 28. Today, I am 29 weeks. I had week 26, I had my OB appointment on October the 11th. At that appointment, my weight was 211. No change. And I'm sorry I haven't told you guys my weight before, but I'm not the smallest girl. So starting my pregnancy, I was fluctuating between 205, 206. And I'm about 5'6". The fetal heartbeat was 147. And I took my gestational diabetes test, a 1-hour test. So, I also, that same week, had my ultrasound appointment on October the 13th. And at that appointment, I had lost 2 pounds and I was down to 209. The fetal heartbeat at that appointment was 142. And Aubrey was weighing 2 pounds, 3 ounces. And she had turned. She was positioned head down. Heartburn, still very, very rough that week. But I got a prescription for heartburn because Tums, apple cider vinegar, mustard, all those, sorry, my sister's calling me. All those home remedies was not working. So, give me just a second. Okay. I was prescribed Zentek, 150 milligrams that I take twice a day. Does it help? Absolutely. Does it completely cure the heartburn? Absolutely not. I try to take it at 8 and 8, but typically I end up having my evening dose of 8 o'clock. I typically have to end up taking that about 7-ish because it starts wearing off. But then in the mornings, when it's time for me to take my 8 o'clock dosage, it starts to wear off about 6-ish or so. And then when I wake up in the mornings to go to work, because I have to be to work at 4 o'clock. So when I wake up in the morning to go to work, typically about 3:50, 3:55-ish, kind of depends on what I have to do. I have heartburn awfully bad. And at that point, I haven't eaten nothing or anything of that nature. So it's helping. It's not as bad, but it does not 100% cure my heartburn. That is it for week 26. So let's move on to week 27. Week 27, really nothing. I got the news that I failed my glucose test. Am I stressing about it? No, I typically just don't. I don't really stress about things. It is what it is. So I went in, and that's the only thing that happened in week 27 is I found out that I failed that glucose test. So on week 28, I went back in to take the 3-hour test. I have not gotten the results back from that as of yet. Whew, I'm sorry. It's 7:12 p.m. and heartburn has reared its ugly head. As I was saying, at about 7 o'clock, around 7-ish or so, the dose wears off. So as soon as I'm done with this update, I am going to take this pill. Okay, so let's see. Week 28. Week 28, I retook the 3-hour glucose test, which was painful because I didn't calculate 4 hours. I calculated 3 hours, so that extra hour killed me. They took my blood when I first came in. I drank the juice. They waited an hour later. They took my blood again. I think I got my blood drawn like 4 times, if I'm not mistaken, because they did. They drew it when I first got there. I drunk the stuff. I waited an hour. I took another blood test. I waited another hour, and I took another blood test. So I was just in there way too long. I ended up falling asleep because I was sleepy. I was really sleepy. Which brings me to week 28. I noticed that I have to take a nap. I had really gotten out of that fatigue stage, but I'm back in that fatigue stage apparently. So that week I have to take a nap. It kind of started the latter part of week 27, but week 28 is when I noticed that it wasn't just a one day off thing. It's like daily I have to take a nap. Still frequent urination, still having to go to the potty about every 30 minutes. Sometimes I can leave home. Prime example today, I went before I left home. I went 28 minutes with about a 31-minute drive to the store. I love Trader Joe's, by the way. I love their pumpkin spice thing that they have, like this little pumpkin mix that they have for the fall season. But I went there to get some of that so that I can stock up, and had to go when I got there. Walked around the store, checked out, and had to go before I left. And I was like, no, I need to wait till I make it home. This can't be. But got home, and yeah, it was like I literally had to go. On my ultrasound appointment, she said it's because Aubrey kind of sits on top of my bladder, and I can feel, and she's like kicking like crazy now. I just said her name. But she sits on my bladder, and so it causes pressure, which causes me to keep having to go to the restroom. So sometimes I'm like, sweetheart, can you move? I try to move her, but it doesn't make a difference. I'm literally going all the time. She's moving a lot. Literally, I don't even think she sleeps. I'm sorry. Everybody wants to call on and do my update. I actually don't even think she sleeps much. I'm sorry, heartburn, guys. Oh, this is rough. It's so bad sometimes I just want to cry. But once I take the medicine, about 30 minutes later, I'm fine for a good little bit. It just doesn't last the 12 hours. But Aubrey kicks a lot. She moves a lot. She moves my belly. I was finally able to catch her on video actually moving. So I will insert that somewhere around in here. As of, I'm in my 29th week. Next week, I have an appointment. My appointments are November the 8th and November the 10th. My November 10th appointment is my ultrasound. Once I go to that appointment, my ultrasound and monitoring appointments will be every week. My my OB appointment, which is the one that I go to on November the 8th, that one starting next week would be every 2 weeks. So I'll be going to the OB every 2 weeks and to the ultrasound plus monitoring every week, which means that you guys will probably get updates from me a lot sooner than you've been getting them. Like, I won't wait 3 weeks because I'll have more to talk about. I'm sorry, my mother-in-law just called, my sister called before that, and then my quote-unquote godmother called before that. So everyone just wants to call while I'm doing this update. I know that I have not done any baby buys. That's because I've bought a lot of stuff, and I think I mentioned in one of my other videos, I'll do it as we arrange or as I put things up, etc., etc. Well, someone's at my door, and I don't know who it is. So, and my daughter's dog is barking, so I have to go. Smooches.